Hi everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama. Earlier this week, I put out a Notion tutorial video that was all about how to get started in Notion. If you haven't checked that out already, I'm going to put it in an iCard up here. But in keeping with, I guess, the theme of this week, I'm going to be doing a sort of tech accessory video. I've been getting a lot of requests from you guys kind of spotting things that I'm showing sort of passively in my videos or in my Instagram photos. I'm just getting so many messages asking for links to some of these things and reviews of them. So we're going to do it all here today on this 5 Ways Wednesday. If you are new here and you found me because I've been putting out some tech content lately, just so you know, that's not what I usually do here. I am a mommy related channel. I'm the owner of thesensiblemama.com. We're an online baby boutique. We sell things for pampering moms and babies and everywhere in between. However, I am also a mom whose kids are getting a little bit bigger. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I'm not carrying, breast pumps and diapers and all those things that new moms are carrying. And I'm trying to cater this channel to those moms who are either still having young kids but are returning back to work, or moms who are starting to transition out of the full-time mommying phase and are starting to maybe retransition back into their old life a little bit more. So this content, while it's not a diaper bag packing video like I usually do, I'm still trying to gear it towards moms who are trying to be more productive, more organized, and also have a little bit more fun. All right, so now we're going to jump right into the video. As always, there will be timestamps down below so that you can jump around a little bit to the things that might be of interest to you. Also, there's going to be links down there to everything that I'm showing you today. It is all available on Amazon, except for a few little accessories that I have at The Sensible Mama that I'm going to show you. But all of this stuff today is on Amazon. You can click the links down in the description box to go check them out. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to start with is something that I've been getting a lot of questions about, and that is the iPad Pro Magic Keyboard cover that I've been using. In a recent video, I did a whole overview of the iPad Pro. Whether you need it, you do. But I sort of touched on the Magic Keyboard and I talked about some pros and cons about it. Personally, I think it is overpriced, but I love mine and I would not trade it. And if I had to spend the money again, like if I had a choice to go back, I would purchase it again. I'll leave the review up here in case you want to check that out. But one of the things that I kind of had a little bit of a problem with when I purchased this is that the Magic Keyboard itself really does not allow you to put any kind of case on your Pro. And when you spent that kind of money on a tablet, you really want to feel like it's safe. So it was just sort of making me uncomfortable that it felt like my iPad was not protected at all. And I also didn't really love the fact that my Magic Keyboard wasn't that protected. So I looked around and I finally found a case that works with the iPad Pro and the Magic Keyboard. So the case basically looks just like this. It is very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is not like a perfect solution. I'm going to show you a case in a minute for my iPad 10.2 inch. That is a great full protection kind of case. This is obviously not going to give you like a bunch of protection, but it's something. It's something that makes me feel a little bit better. So here's the case. What I like about it is that it will go just on the iPad. So when I'm using the iPad Pro by itself, I at least have some coverage here. It also has a really cool little spot here for putting my Apple Pencil, which means that
I don't understand.
Alrighty then. So that means that if I'm just carrying the iPad Pro and I'm going to be putting this in my bag, I think if you guys have the Pro, you have learned that one sort of a drawback of the charging dock for the Apple Pencil is that the pencil is just going to knock right off of it as soon as you put it in your bag. So I've really enjoyed the fact that I'm able to put my pencil in this little slot here in the case, and it actually keeps it there, which is really great. You have a little bit of coverage, again, minimal, but every little bit helps. So it is just a nice little, very minimal case to have for your iPad when you're just using the iPad by itself. However, the way that I find myself using this the most, it basically just slips over your keyboard like this. And once it's down to the little curve in the keyboard, you just pop it on this way. And now you have a little case for your actual keyboard and you're able to just pop the iPad Pro right into it. Now, is it a full coverage solution? No. But is it just enough to give you a little bit of peace of mind when you take your iPad out on the go with you? Absolutely. One thing that I think you should know that I didn't fully understand when I ordered this is that you cannot put the case on your iPad Pro and then slide it on and off of the keyboard, which is what I actually thought that it could do when I purchased it. So you do kind of have to make up your mind if you want this to stay on the keyboard or if you want it to stay on the iPad and use it without the keyboard. But you saw how easy it is to slide the case on and off. So usually for me at night when I'm laying in bed and doing some of my coloring book stuff here on my iPad Pro with my Apple Pencil, I will just slip this off of the keyboard, pop the case on the Pro, and then I'm good to go. But yeah, it's just sort of a very simple way to keep everything a little bit safer than it would be without a case. The next one is really the thing that you guys have been asking me about the most in all of my videos as well as on Instagram, and that is this tablet stand. I take mine everywhere with me and I keep it inside of this Jujube Be Dapper because it's just the perfect fit for it and I can carry all the things with me that kind of go along with it. So one of the things that I knew when I started using tablets was that I was going to need a really nice stand, and I actually went through a lot that I ordered on Amazon and sent back because they just didn't do what I needed them to do, and this one actually does all of it, and it is surprisingly simple yet incredible. So this is the Lamicall stand. Here are the things that I liked about it right off the bat. One, it comes in a bunch of colors. I got the black one for my husband and the rose gold for myself and for my employees. It has nice rubberized padding here and here for keeping your tech safe. And it's got a nice wide hole here in the back for putting your charging cables through so that you can actually charge your devices while you are using the stand. So I'm gonna really quickly just pop my cell phone on here just to kind of give a demonstration. This will hold all of my devices, my iPad 10.2 inch, my iPad Pro, and my iPhone. And here's what I like best about it, is it's got a full range of motion. So I can lift this all the way up to being completely horizontal. I can put it all the way down to being completely vertical and anywhere in between, which for me is great. You know, if I'm sitting on a Zoom call or FaceTime, I really want this to be very upright. If I'm reading something on my tablet or on my phone, I want it to be leaning back a little bit more. It really just depends on what I'm doing. And I love that this stand can really do all of that. And the way that I like to carry it with me is just like I said, inside of a Jujube Be Dapper. And what I keep in there is my cable. This is another thing that'll be linked down below. This one is the USB-C, so this is what goes to the iPad Pro, and it's 6 feet long. So I ordered a case of 3 of these, so I have one by my bed, one attached here in my office, and one that I keep with me for on the go. So I love having that in there inside of this Be Dapper, plus my phone charger, which will also be linked down below because I'm obsessed with this. It is the best charger I have ever used. And when I have the stand, plus the charger, plus the cable all inside of this little Be Dapper, I can throw this either in my car or inside my bag with me, and I have everything that I need for using my tablet on the go. The next thing that I want to show you is for the Apple Pencil, if you have one. The first thing is kind of for both. You could use this on either the first gen or the second gen pencil, and the second one is just for the first gen. And I'm telling you, if you have the first generation pencil, the one that goes with like the older iPads, you need this one. The first one is this pencil grip. It looks like this, and it is literally exactly what the name says. It's just a pencil grip. But I will tell you, this pencil feels very bad to me in my hand without a grip on it. I don't know why. I can hold a regular pencil fine and it doesn't bother me, but this one I just feel is a little skinny, and it just needs this nice grip here. So I love this. The one that I have linked down below comes in lots of different colors, and it's a 2-pack. So if you happen to have both pencils like I do, you can actually put one on both, which is really great, or you have a backup in case you lose yours. But really, the gold here is for those of you who have the original first generation Apple Pencil. This I had to purchase by necessity after I lost the lid to this pencil. So if you don't know, when you buy the first generation, it basically comes with a cap, a little white cap that sits right here on your charger. This is where you basically charge your pencil. And if you're like me, who can manage to keep like major big responsibilities all together, but cannot be responsible for a tiny little pen cap, you're gonna lose that really, really fast. So I went looking for a replacement lid, and what I actually found was something so much better. This is another thing that was on Amazon, and it is just a 3-pack. You get a rose gold, a silver, and a gold one. I believe they have other sets that have like a matte black and things like that. But it looks like this, and it's basically just a little loop and a cap where you can connect this new cap to the pen, the pencil. And what it basically does is provide you with a new cap and also a connector here so that you don't lose it. And I'm going to tell you, it was devastating to me when I lost the cap to this because this is very unsightly, right? This is just not a good looking look. So I was really happy to find a solution there in order to keep track of my cap to this pencil. Up next is this USB adapter, and if you have the iPad Pro and plan on doing anything in terms of productivity, you're going to really want this. So if you need to do things like move stuff over from a memory card onto the computer, or if you need to plug in a USB, you cannot do that on the iPad Pro. And having something like this is extremely helpful. I got this one on Amazon, and what it does is it plugs into the USB-C port on the iPad Pro, which is basically where you just plug in your charger. But what it comes with is a slot for an SD card. So this is where I will put my SD card from my camera when I'm ready to upload this to my iPad Pro and edit my video. It also has a slot for a micro SD. It has a standard USB port, an HDMI port, a headphone jack, and 2 additional USB-C ports here, one that is labeled for data and the other that is labeled for power. It's one of those devices that you don't think about needing until you need it, and then you're very upset that you don't have it and you have to wait 2 days for Amazon to get it to you. So my advice is go ahead and get this, even if you don't think that you need it, put it away somewhere. I like to actually keep mine inside of my Limea brand coin purse with a bunch of backup SD cards, and I usually like to keep a little cable like this one in there as well. And that way I can just keep this with me at all times. I always know where it is so that if I need to move data around or anything like that, I can get right to it. The last thing that I want to show you today is the case for my iPad 10.2. It looks like this, and this is a hardcore, think Otter Box kind of case. I haven't seen this for the iPad Pro, but I don't really need this level of case for my iPad Pro because I do baby that one. This is kind of my knockabout iPad. Sometimes I let my 4-year-old play with it. I use it just kind of as a backup and mainly for like Zoom calls, conference calls, and things like that. But it's really nice because it is very, very sturdy. It is completely rubberized and it's still pretty slimline, which I really appreciate. I have a bunch of the features kind of taken off of it because I don't need them and I want this to be just as slim as possible. But let me show you the one that I have for my warehouse. This is the exact same case as this one, but I've put the sort of accessories that come with it on here. The girls in my warehouse, they are constantly pulling orders and they are referring back to those orders here on the tablet. And so I wanted several things. A, I wanted this to be protected because this was an investment for my business. B, I wanted it to be very easy for them to use while they're on the move. So the cool thing about this case is it comes with all of these awesome features. One of them is this little hand slot here. This is great for my employees because they can actually be holding the tablet here. This rotates, so whether you're holding it left-handed or right-handed, doesn't really matter. You can turn it to be at the right sort of angle for you. They can hold on to this and they can look at the order, then pull the order from the shelves. This is also great though for just like if you are on the train or you're, I don't know, anywhere where you kind of just want to feel like this is safely in your hand and don't want to hold it like this. You can slip your hand in there and type right with your Apple Pencil, whatever you want to do, and it keeps it sturdy. And the other cool thing that comes with this case is the lanyard. And this is what I think that my warehouse girls appreciate the most, is that they can put this around their neck, they can walk around working with orders, and when they're not having to use the iPad, they're completely hands-free. And the coolest thing about it is that the lanyard is attached to the bottom of the case, which at first I thought, why? But I realized these people are clever. When it's hanging upside down and you pick it up, it's actually the right way. So it's just a really great case. It's one that I'm protecting all of our warehouse tech with. It's inexpensive and it does the job. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope this became one place where you can come to find all the stuff that you guys are seeing on my Instagram stories and peppered in my YouTube videos. Again, if you guys want to see more of this kind of content, give this video a like. I swear I'm not trying to like do algorithm stuff here. I would really just love to see a like if you want to see more of this kind of content. Love ya, mean it, always, mwah. And I'll see you in the next one.